Whoa, to think that he jumped across like that. Hey everyone, Henry Yellow here, welcome back. Right now we are going to watch Stagecoach from 1939 directed by John Ford. That's right, we are back with our Kurosawa Ford Wells run. During Halloween month, we took a little break to watch some horror movies, and now we're back. We last stopped with Kurosawa, so this time we're gonna have 3 movies of John Ford before we move on to 3 movies of Orson Welles, and then we'll cycle back to Kurosawa again and keep watching. If I'm not mistaken, Stagecoach should be a Western movie, and I haven't seen a Western since, I think, since The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So if you'd love to see my full reaction to this movie, then go ahead and check out my Patreon. Link is in the description below. And if you'd love to see more reactions to these kinds of classics, then do subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you know whenever a new reaction comes out.
Hill's here full of Apaches. They burnt every ranch building in sight. He had a brush with them last night. Says they're being stirred up by Geronimo.
Geronimo?
That's Lordsburg now, sir. They seem to have something very urgent to tell you, sir. The line went dead, sir.
What do you got there?
Only the first word, sir.
Geronimo.
Passenger out for Tonto. You better get out and stretch your leg. I mean your limbs, ma'am. We're going to change horses here.
Why, Lucy Mallory. Nancy. Whatever are you doing in Arizona?
I'm joining Richard in Lordsburg.
He's been ordered to drive forth.
Why, that's the next stop for the stagecoach. You'll be with your husband in a few hours.
Heidi, Frank. Well, Marshal, I'm looking for my shotgun guard. Is he here?
Trying to catch the Ringo Kid.
Busted out? Well, good for him.
My guess the kid's aiming to get even with them Plummer boys.
Why, gosh, Luke's run all of Ringo's friends out of Lordsburg.
You seen Luke Plummer in Lordsburg?
Yes, sirree.
I'm going to Lordsburg with Buck. I'm going to ride shotgun.
Oh, gosh, if I could learn to keep my big mouth shut.
Here's the payroll, Mr. Gatewood.
There's your receipt, $50,000. And remember this, what's good for the banks is good for the country.
Good heavens, the bad rubbish. Get out and stand.
Is this the face that wrecked 1,000 ships and burned the tower lest top civilian? Farewell.
Doc, can they make me leave town when I don't want to go? Do I have to
Now,
go?
Dallas, don't you go making no fuss. Don't blame these ladies. It ain't them.
It is them.
We're the victims of a foul disease called social prejudice, my child. These dear ladies of the Law and Order League are scouring out the dregs of the town.
What did they do wrong?
Jerry, I'll admit as one man to another that economically I haven't been of much value to you, but suppose you could put one on credit.
If talk was money, Doc, you'd be the best customer I got. Here's a man going on the stagecoach with you.
My name is Peacock.
He's a whiskey drummer.
What? How are you, Mr. Haycock?
Peacock.
Don't tell me, sir. I know. A familiar name and another name. Samples?
Okay, maybe they are kicking him out because he's an alcoholic.
All aboard for Dry Forks, Apache Wells, Lee's Ferry, and Lordsburg.
In you go, Dallas, and a pleasant voyage.
Shirley, my Kingo. Carry it with honor.
I'll take it, Doctor.
No trouble at all. No trouble at all. I'll carry it on my lap.
That's precious cargo to him.
You shouldn't travel a step without a doctor.
There is a doctor, dear.
Doc Boone?
He couldn't doctor a horse.
Of course, a doctor and a vet are 2 different fields.
Like an angel in the jungle.
Wait, I know him, don't I? Was he in Prisoner of Shark Island?
Captain Sickles asked if you deliver this dispatch in Lordsburg the moment you arrive. The telegraph line has been cut.
Sure.
We're going with you as far as the noon station at Dry Forks. You must warn your passengers that they travel at their own risk.
Well, what's the trouble, Lieutenant?
Geronimo.
Well, then I ain't
Will you
go-
sit down? Now, whoever wants to get out can get out.
I'll probably get out.
Courage, Reverend. Ladies first.
Worse things than Apaches. My husband is with his troops in Dry Fork. If he's in danger, I want to be with him.
I have a wife and 5 children.
Then
Kansas
you're a
City,
man.
Kansas.
By all the powers that be, Reverend, you're a man.
I'm offering my protection to this lady. I can shoot fairly straight if there's need for it.
She has a husband.
Oh, Curly, we
Get
should...
going, Buck.
Oh, Bessie, Brownie, Bill!
Farewell, ladies.
Sweetheart!
Goodbye.
Come on now, girl.
They're overreacting. I'm pretty sure I know the whiskey drummer too, but I can't remember from where.
Passenger, sure is, Mr. Gatewood. Going to Lawrenceburg?
I just got a telegram.
Yeah, how many people are in that stagecoach? Feels like there's too many people.
My wife's got more relatives than anyone you ever did see. I bet I'm feeding half the state of Chihuahua. Sweetheart! Now, doggone it, they're bringing up her grandfather all the way from Mexico to live with us.
Can't figure out how he got that message.
Who, her grandfather?
Now, Gatewood.
Sweetheart!
Telegraph line ain't working.
Sweetheart!
Oh, I think maybe Gatewood is running away with the money. He's stealing the money from the bank.
Whoa, steady, ho.
Hiya, Buck. How's your folks?
Oh, just fine, Ringo, except my grandfather came
Shut up. I'll take the Winchester.
You may need me in this Winchester, Curly. Saw a ranch house burning last night.
You're under arrest.
Is everything all right, Marshal?
Everything's all right, Lieutenant.
Hope I ain't crowding you folks tonight.
The more the merrier.
It's very crowded in that stagecoach right now. It's a very good thing they have these soldiers following them and providing protection.
You're the notorious Ringo Kid.
My friends just call me Ringo.
Didn't I fix your arm once when you bucked off a horse?
Are you Doc Boone?
I certainly am.
That was my kid brother broke his arm. You did a good job, Doc, even if you was drunk.
Thank you, son. What happened to that boy whose arm I fixed?
He was murdered.
Murdered by plumber. Such a huge land of nothing.
Great heavens, the Betsy didn't figure on no stagecoach coming through. With them Apaches raising cake.
Mean to say there are no troops at the station?
Ain't no soldiers here, but what you see. Got orders, not a Fort off to join the soldiers at Apache Wells.
And it's your duty, young man, to come along with us.
My orders are to return from here immediately, and I can't disobey those orders.
Well, if the soldiers go back, so am I.
I'll report you to your superior officer.
That's your privilege, sir. But if you give us any trouble here, I'll have to put you under restraint.
Now, don't lose your temper. Don't lose your temper.
4 men can handle firearms. Doc can shoot if sober.
I can shoot.
If sober.
I ain't gonna put a lady in danger without she votes for it.
I'm determined to get to my husband. I won't be separated any longer.
What's your vote, mister?
Where's your manners, Curly? Ain't you gonna ask the other lady first?
What difference does it make? Doesn't matter.
I vote that we go on. I demand. I'm standing on my legal rights. I'm a fatalist.
Somewhere, sometime, there may be the right bullet or the wrong bottle waiting for Josiah Bugle. Why worry when or where?
Do you want to go back or not?
No. I want another drink.
I want to reach the bosom of my dear family in Kansas City, Kansas, as quickly as possible. But I may never reach that bosom if we go on. So I think it best we go back with the bosoms. I mean, the soldiers.
Well, Buck? Buck
was...
says aye. That's 6.
Oh, that's not fair to Buck.
Sit down, folks, and eat your grub. Come on, Buck. We'll change them horses.
No, but Curly, ain't we going to
You
eat?
can eat later.
Oh.
Poor Buck. I would have voted against. Not worth risking my life over there. I think I know why they wanted to drive her out of the town. Probably because she's working as a prostitute. Whoa, they're really avoiding her like a plague.
Looks like I got the plague, don't it? Well, I guess you can't break out of prison and into society in the same week.
Please. Please.
You're ill, Mrs. Mallory.
No, it's just that I'll be all right. You've been very kind. Why?
The world I live in, one doesn't often meet a lady, Mrs. Mallory. Well, I used to be a good cowhand, but Things happen.
Yeah, that's it. Things happen. And now they'll take you back to prison.
Not till I finish a job in Lordsburg.
Mrs. Pickett, tell Billy the boat is all ready. Let's get going.
Right, Marshal, we're ready.
Well, can Buck get something to eat? Do I know this guy too? Why does his face look so familiar?
Bridesmaid, baby! No! What'd you say?
Nothing.
Well, why don't you say something? The fella gets nervous sitting here like a dummy.
You say something. You've been sitting there all day talking without making any sense.
All right, I'll say something. There'd be a lot more peace in this territory if that Luke Plummer was so full of lead he couldn't hold his liquor.
I ain't saying I don't share your sentiments, Buck. Nah, the only safe place for Ringo is in the pen. Why, the kid's old man and me was friends. We used to punch cattle together. Bridesmaid!
Steady! Steady, girl!
Oh, Bridesmaid is the horse's name.
We pay taxes to the government, and what do we get? Not even protection from the army. Instead of protecting businessmen, it pokes its nose into business. Why, Boone, I actually had a letter from a Popinjay official saying they were going to inspect my books.
Drinking all his products.
What this country needs is more trouble.
You're done, sir. I'm happy, great one. Who?
Maybe you'd like to sit next to me. You could put your head on my shoulder. No, thank you. Is there any water?
He carried a cup with him.
Haven't I seen this crest before? Isn't this from Greenfield Manor?
Won this cup on a wager. How about the other lady?
No cup.
This is fine.
Did he change his clothes or is he covered in snow? He's going to drink himself to death. Buck and Curly has to take the brunt of the cold winds. And the horses too, of course. Queenie, Brownie, Bill, Bridesmaid.
Howdy, Chris. 7 hours from Dry Fork. Pretty fast driving, amigo.
7 hours. Damn, tiring.
Where's the cavalry, Chris?
Where's the soldiers?
There ain't no soldiers.
Where's Captain Mallory?
Little what you call a skirmish with the Apaches last night. I think he'd get hurt, maybe.
Badly?
I think so.
I'm awfully sorry. If there's anything I can... Quite all right, thank you.
She's not all right. The news of her husband devastated her.
Let's go, Doc.
Doc is drunk.
The army has no right to leave a public place like this undefended.
Looks to me like the Army's got its hands pretty full, mister.
A fine member of the medical profession. Drunken beast. Give me coffee.
More.
Enough, Doc. That's 4.
Blacker, stronger. Keep it coming.
I know you'll have it coming out your ears in a minute.
All right.
Isn't that drunken swine forward yet? He's doing the best he can. Well, hurry! Thanks.
Savage! That's my wife, Yakima.
What?
My squaw.
She's savage.
Si, senor. She's a little bit savage, I think. Maybe not so bad to have Apache wife, eh? Apache don't bother me, I think.
All right, Dallas.
Well, Doc Boone knows when to be drunk and when to be sober, at least. And even though Mallory treats Dallas coldly, Dallas still helps her.
It's them the Carrolls. They've run away.
Yeah, with spare horses.
Oh. Mallory was pregnant?
Them coyotes give me the creeps. It sounds just like a baby.
Are you sure it's not a baby? It is. Well, that's surprising.
It's a baby.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be doggone. Well, I'll be doggone. Did you know? Well, I'll be doggone.
Don't do that. Dr. Boone.
3 cheers for old Doc Boone. Hip, hip.
Quiet.
Well, we ought to be.
Quiet. Mrs. Mallory.
Yeah, and the baby. Well, now he's back to drinking again. But I guess, a few glasses is what he deserves right now.
If you know who in Roseburg, you stay away, I think.
Luke Plummer?
Luke, Ike, and Hank, all there together. I saw them.
You oughtn't to go too far, Miss Dallas.
Say, look, kid, why don't you try to escape? Why don't you get away?
I aim to. In Lordsburg. My father and brother were shot down by the Plummer boys. Guess you don't know how it feels to lose your own folks that way.
I lost mine when I was a kid. It was a massacre in Superstition Mountain. Well, you gotta live no matter what happens.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I still got a ranch across the border. There's a cabin half built. Will you go?
You don't know who I am.
I know all I want to know.
What are you doing out here, kid? Stick close to the reservation.
Curly! Oh, Curly! Curly!
What's wrong, Chris?
My wife, Yakima, she ran away. When I woke up, she was gone.
You can find another wife.
But you take my rifle and my horse. I beat it with a whip, and she never get tired.
Your wife?
No, my horse. I can find another wife easy, yes, but not a horse like that.
What?
Let's make a break for it. We've got a sick woman to think of. You wanted to stay here and be butchered with the rest of us? Why don't you think of somebody else for once?
Might be a good idea, Curly, if Doc took a look at the patient.
You're up early, Dallas.
She didn't go to bed, Doctor. I'm afraid she sat up all night while I slept.
Oh, I slept a lot in the chair.
Well, we've got to get you to Lordsburg, little coyote. That's what the boys christened her last night when she squalled. Little coyote. How do you feel?
Fine, thanks.
Ringo asked me to marry him. Is that wrong for a girl like me? If a man and woman love each other, it's all right, ain't it, Doc?
Yeah.
You're going to be her child.
All I want is for you to tell me it's all right.
Gosh, child, who am I to tell you what's right or wrong? Go ahead. Do it if you can.
Thanks, Doc.
Oh, both doing nicely.
Then we can leave immediately.
Well, not for a day or so, if you want my professional advice.
I say we ought to leave here before the Apaches find us. That's common sense. I wish you were 10 years younger, Gatewood. Don't let my white hair stop you.
There's a young woman in the kitchen making coffee. She needs help. How old were you when you went to the pen?
Going on 17?
17.
You didn't answer what I asked you last night.
Look, kid, why don't you try to escape?
I gotta go to Lordsburg. Why don't you go to my ranch and wait for me?
Wait for a dead man. Haven't got a chance.
Well, there's some things a man just can't run away from.
Would it make us any happier if Luke Plummer was dead? One of his brothers would be after you with a gun. We'd never be safe. Forget Lordsburg. Forget the Plumbers. Make for the border and I'll come to you.
My horse has gone. She has...
Quiet, Doc. This is a serious matter, ain't it?
If I have only 1 hour to live, I'm going to enjoy myself.
What are we going to do about the lady and her baby?
Dr. Boone has settled that for us, sir. And I demand respect for his professional opinion.
Hatfield.
Hurry!
You don't need them, Curly. Look at them hills.
Are the Apaches there already?
Apaches.
War signals.
They better go back.
Can't you drive any faster? Thick-headed lout. We've got to make that ferry. If you hadn't insisted on waiting for her, we'd have been across the ferry by this time.
Take it easy, Gatewood.
You wouldn't be much good in a fight, you jailbird.
Oh, he's grumpy. Oh no. The ferry is destroyed.
Look at the ferry. It's where too.
Oh,
Take your suspenders and cross-tie them wheelers.
they're gonna try and make the stagecoach float over? Oh, seems like it works pretty well. All right, they made it through.
Hey, Curly,
Yeah, what?
you think I ought to charge Mrs. Mallory's baby half fare?
No. Ah, no, they've been waiting all along.
Well, it'll soon be in Losbury. Sorry I flew off the handle, Hatfield.
Well, now that the danger's past, Mr. Peacock, I'd like to propose a toast. Your health.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, wait, how'd the arrow get in at that angle? Right at the heart. Damn. Oh. They're way outnumbered. Oh yeah, the stagecoach doesn't even have any glass windows.
Will you shut up, you fool? I've got a patient here.
Oh, Peacock isn't dead. I thought he died. Well, they seem to be taking out a lot of the Apaches, but there's so many more. Look at that. Uh-oh, uh-oh. What? I thought he was gonna stab the horses. Oh, that's so dangerous for the actor. Wow. The Apaches are really willing to lose so many men just to take on this stagecoach. Is it even worth it for them? Oh, the rains. Whoa, to think that he jumped across like that. Oh, all out of ammo. Oh, I see. Oh, did Hatfield get shot?
You hear it? It's the bugle.
The cavalry has arrived.
If you see Judge Greenfield, tell him your son.
Well, I'm glad he didn't shoot Mallory. He was going to spare her the rape and torture.
Where's Richard? Is he all right?
Oh, he's all right. Don't you worry.
Dallas, if there's ever anything I can do for...
I know.
Orderly.
It's the Ringo Kid.
Oh no. The next trouble is brewing. Luke Plummer and his brothers.
Dead man's hand, Luke. Ringo Kid's in town? Yeah, driving the stage.
Dead man's hand.
If you ever come to Kansas City, Kansas, I want you to come out to see us.
Oh, thanks, Mr.
Peacock.
It seems like Peacock survived, even though he was the first to get hit.
You know where my ranch is?
Yeah,
Will you see that she gets there all right?
sure.
If you don't want to lose your prisoner, Sheriff, you better take care of him yourself.
Oh, Gatewood, you didn't think they'd have the telegraph wires fixed, did you?
You
As I thought he ran away with the money.
Can I meet you back here in 10 minutes?
No ammunition.
Got 3 left.
Seriously, he saved 3 bullets?
Good night, kid. It's been a crazy dream. Been out of my mind just hoping. Say goodbye here, kid.
We ain't never gonna say goodbye.
I have that.
Everyone's standing around just waiting for a shootout to happen.
Give me the shotgun. Shotgun!
Yeah, they remove the mirror before it gets broken.
Well, kid, I told you not to follow me.
I asked you to marry me, didn't I?
I'll never forget to ask me, kid.
Come on. You'll take it in the belly if you don't get out of my way.
I'll have you indicted for murder if you step outside with that shotgun.
We'll attend to you later.
Don't ever let me do that again.
The Ringo Kid was killed on Main Street in Lordsburg tonight.
I didn't hear any shooting, Ed.
You will, Billy. You will.
Hank missed him at 4 feet.
3 against 1. Those are not good chances. A surprise shot. I didn't expect him to do that.
Ready, kid? Maybe you'd like to ride a ways with a kid.
Please.
He gave the reins to Kid. I see. He's letting them go.
Well, they're saved from the blessings of civilization.
I'll buy you a drink. Just one.
Just one. That was a pretty good movie. When they were facing off against the Apaches and Hatfield was going to shoot Mallory, it made me tear up. I think if he had actually shot and killed Mallory just for them to be saved by the soldiers, I might have actually cried. It is surprising that the only casualty in that face-off was Hatfield. Peacock survived and Buck survived, thankfully. There were a few familiar faces in here, and let me just confirm Hatfield first. Hatfield was played by John Carradine. Yeah, I was right. He was in Prisoner of Shark Island, and he was also in Manhunt. But Manhunt, I don't think that reaction's on YouTube. It's only on my Patreon. But yeah, I knew his face was very familiar. Dr. Boone was played by Thomas Mitchell, and Thomas Mitchell was in It's a Wonderful Life, and he was also in High Noon. Aha, I knew that Peacock seemed familiar too. Peacock was played by Donald Meek, and he was also in The Informer. It's very likely that I will see more of these familiar faces in the next John Ford movies that I'm going to watch. When Dallas and Doc Boone were evicted from the town, I could guess that Dallas was working as a prostitute, and then Doc Boone was Even though he was a doctor, he was an alcoholic. But I am surprised at one thing, because I thought that during the Old West or the Wild West, prostitution is like one of the things that women do. Because from a few other Western movies that I've watched, people don't seem to mind when women are, in this field of work. Maybe it's just that particular town that looks down upon prostitution. But even though the people, including Mallory, looks down on Dallas, Dallas still offers her help to Mallory, and she also took care of her when Mallory gave birth. So it goes to show you that Dallas was a decent human being. She still helps the people who looks at her with disdain and contempt. The same can be said about Dr. Boone, because when the time came where he needed to be a doctor, he sobered himself up to help Mallory give birth. Gatewood, the banker, he was just the classic grumpy, grouchy guy that just complains the whole time during the movie. A selfish guy who just thinks only about himself and doesn't care about others. I already guessed early on that the money he got from the bank was stolen. The face-off between Ringo and the Plummer brothers were really short, but I guess that's not the real climax of the movie. The movie didn't have a lot of action, but I think the character development was very nice and I enjoyed it. That's all I have to say about the movie for now. What are your thoughts on Stagecoach? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching the movie with me. Hope you enjoy my reaction, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.